Hello everyone, welcome to Create Conversations, a little discussion about upcoming cards, new sets released, all the things relating to Cardfight Vanguard. And today we're here to go over the newest set that came out in English, which is the Awakening Zoo, which focuses on the clans Mega Colony, Great Nature, and Neo Nectar. So this is kind of impromptu. I've been feeling very ill, but I did promise the people who follow my vlog, I can't remember the name, honestly it's kind of upsetting, but whatever. I discussed the new cards and talk about the new stuff. So we're only going to be going to the generation rares, the ZRs, the triple rares, and the double rares. Anything else I'll have to cover at some other time when I'm feeling a lot better and when my time allows more of me doing it. I've been very behind on schedule, so let's just dive right in. Let's start off with the ZR. We're going to go ZR, generation rare, triple rare, double rares in that order, based off of the wiki, the Wikia page that I have pulled up here, which I'll have in the description down below. So let's begin. What's Zero Dragon of Death Garden Zoa has it's a stride, it's ultimate stride. So they have is it 3 or 4 cards? Yeah, 3 more cards face up in the G zone, or more. 3 more and face up in the G zone. You can pay the cost by discarding a card of the same name. It has to be the exact same name. Cannot. So say you're running this in Greydora, you have to discard another Greydora. You can't just discard another Dark Faces, right? Dark Face being part of the name. Stride step. Or never mind. We already reviewed that part. So Counterblast 2. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card and choose a card from your hand called to Rearguard Circle. And until end turn, it gets continuous rearguard circle. This unit cannot be chosen by card fix, and its power becomes 99,999 constantly. And auto rearguard circle. When this unit deals damage to your opponent's vanguard, your opponent loses. So basically, it gave every single nation in Zoo kind of like Glendos effect, where you can just win the game by dealing damage. But probably by the time you're striding into this, they're probably at 4 or 5. And so, like, that's added extra pressure onto it. And so they probably have to block it and the attacks anyways. So just adding more pressure has never been a bad thing. So to clarify though, there's a card called Fruit Basket Elf, which is like it was either Camelus 1 or Camelus 2, but basically it would make it so they couldn't guard the attack, but they wouldn't take any damage. And they clarified that you had to take the point of damage in order for it to work. So that Fruit Basket combo unfortunately does not work with the card. But let's talk about its implications. So this deck, or this card mainly is meant for Mega Colony. You can run it in Great Nature, you can run it in Neo Nectar, but the problems with those decks is that for Great Nature, your beat sticks, the things that you're using to attack with, have to be chosen by effects to get maximum output. That's how we keep on drawing and getting extra, counter charging, do all the stuff that Great Nature does. It says cannot be chosen by effects. It doesn't say your opponent's effects. It says effects, which means that includes your own. Which means you can't give it anything like Coiling Duckbill is saying, oh, well, you power it up. You get when he does it at the end of turn, I draw a card. You can't do that with this, which is very unfortunate. And so it has very limited use. It's basically like a vanilla. Well, it's not vanilla because it has a skill, but like you have a vanilla turn with that one big attacker. But then after that, your deck is pretty much flopped unless you're running like a weird Legion deck, which I'm not sure how competitive those are. I don't really play Great Nature. I don't really play any of the main clans in the set, so unfortunately I'm not like the greatest connoisseur when it comes to how great these cards will be, so I'm going to apologize for that right now. This is purely going to be my initial opinions based off of the experience I've had in this card game. But going on, so Great Nature can run this. They're probably not going to be running this. Your other slots you can use to fill for this card, that will provide you with more advantage and still have the same amount of like pressure when attacking, because you can get like I can't remember. It's been a while since I played a Great Nature player, but they got like in a good turn they could get like 50,000 on one rear guard, and might have been an exploit. I don't know, but whatever. So Great Nature is probably not gonna run this. Neo Nectar, you can get 100k in multiple columns if you know how to use Bloom correctly. Granted, Musketeers don't have that, but like honestly, Musketeers have their own way of winning, and giving it a unit like buffed up power isn't. It's the same as in Great Nature. You can run it, But are you really going to? Probably not, because there are better ways to handle it. Sure, they're not pressured by, if I get hit, I lose. But your opponent has to guard 3 attacks with around 100,000 power on average, which means they're probably going to die anyways. Which means there's really no point in running this. So it's only really good for Mega Colony, because Mega Colony only stands to benefit from this. Give something, you already like disrupting them by taking away the counter charges, stunning their rear guards, doing all that good stuff that that Mega Colony does. And so adding extra power, adding an extra win condition to your board, which unfortunately they don't have. They got a lot of disrupting and making sure that your opponent can't do things, but we don't really have like a super big card, as far as I'm aware of. This might change based off the cards I see, that's really push for winning games. And this is a card that really pushes for winning games, and can still stun, and the deck can still run somewhat well even after this is over. So, like, Zoa's pretty much just going to be a Mega Colony card only, but that doesn't mean it's a bad card. I think last time I checked it was like $75, just completely average, completely fine. I don't have a problem with that pricing. So if you're a Mega Colony player, you're probably going to think about picking this up. If you're play Asha, Musketeers, Big Bell, like any other thing besides like Greydora or just normal Dark Face, probably not going to mess around with this card that much. Okay, so now let's go to the generation rare for Mega Colony. Poison Sickle Mutant Deity Overwhelm. Active ability, Cannon Blast 1. Choose a card face down from your G zone and turn it face up. The same number of cards as the number of your opponent's rested rear guards, and if the number of your rested rear guards is 1 or less, this unit gains plus 1 crit, plus 1 drive until end of turn. Dark Device. All of your units gain 2,000 power for each face down card in your opponent's damage zone. So this really works well with Greydora, and honestly just a good card in general. This card is the most expensive generation rare in the set, and I can understand why. Having this condition is so cheap to get that freaking critical +1 and drive +1, unless I'm reading this correctly. Let me just double check. Yeah. No, if your opponent's it's 1 or less. So, like, just don't attack, or like choose certain things you want to have rested. I don't know. Maybe I'm incorrect. I don't play Mega Colony, so I don't know. But getting any card that gives you hand advantage for your opponent just doing things, and also has the potential of giving you +1 drive and +1 crit, is just instantly good. And considering that Greydora forces them to Counter Blast 1, it's going to be really unfortunate for people like me who play Gold Paladin or Nova Grappler, because we're just getting our shit shut down. This is actually, that's a really good effect. I've seen some deck profiles, and it seems like this is like a 3 to 4 card. 3 to 4, you run this at 3 to 4 copies, and that's a bit insane considering this thing is like $70. This generation rares in this set, at least for Neo Nectar and Mega Colony, they're just super expensive. And I can understand why for this card. This card is really, really good. Like, with the Greydora deck entered the meta, and now Mega Colony is a thing we have to worry about. Like, I hated facing Mega Colony, just in general, because anti-meta just pisses me off. But now, they're not just the anti-meta deck, they're a anti-meta meta deck. And I appreciate that. Like, add a little spin to it. Give them more people a reason to play this deck. Like, I was comprehending picking up Mega Colony before I realized I'm broke. I can't be doing that. I still have to pick up my copies of Gurgit, which I may or may not get for a while now. But no, this is a very good card. I'm not sure how many I would run of this because I don't play Mega Colony, but 3 to 4 copies seems a little bit overkill. But I understand why you'd have the choice, because this is a game ender potentially, and it's also getting a hand advantage is just nice. Let's go to the next one. Alright, here we go. The GR for Great Nature. Omniscience Dragon, Bala Earl. Act once per turn, Soul Loss 1. Choose a card face down from your G zone and turn face up. Choose all of your units in the front row until the end of the turn. They get Auto Vanguard Rearguard Circle once per turn. When this unit attacks the Vanguard, hits a Vanguard, draw a card, and plus 4,000 power for each face up card in your G zone. At the end of the turn, retire those rearguards. it's good. It's good. It does what it's pretty bare bones for what Great Nature wants to do. It's not pushing games, not doing anything that they haven't been doing for a while now, except that this thing gives it to the entire front row, which is nice. So 2 Quelling Duckbills, set them to each, and that'd be nice. I'm not sure how the ruling works with this. I'm not sure if it's like for every face-up card you add the 4,000 power, so another 4,000. Like keep on adding that effect on. Not sure if that's how it's gonna work. I don't play Great Nature. I mean, I have a Great Nature deck, but it's very budget, and I don't really play it. But it's. I mean, I understand why it's a. Well, I haven't seen the Neo Nectar one, but I can understand why this one's not nearly expensive as the last one we just went over, Overwhelm, because this is nice, giving your front row power and being able to swing for high numbers and getting on hit pressure of drawing a card. I appreciate that. It's a good effect. I would probably run this at 2 personally, but it's nothing that we haven't seen. There's nothing that's like super duper special about it. So, I mean, obviously people are gonna be running it, but honestly, like you're probably gonna get more advantage back from like when we had the freaking Trinity Dragon set, that generation rare. Probably gonna get more advantage from that. Like honestly. At least I think I have very limited knowledge on this. It was very unfortunate because it's my first video, but yeah, probably 2 copies. Not gonna dwell too much long on it. It's a nice card though, definitely not bad. All right, here we go. Neo Nectar, a deck I actually have and I've been trying to play, but this card's like $60 and Asha's like $35, and I'm like, waifu tax is too damn expensive in this game. So Flower Princess of 4 Seasons, but. What the? We can call her Velhel. Velhemia. Velhema? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Auto Vanguard Circle. Command +1. Choose a card face down for your G zone and turn it face up. When its unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 grade 2 or less normal units with the Bloom ability, and the same card names and call them separate rearguard circle on the front row and back row. Shuffle your deck. Generation Break 4. All your rear guards in your front row gain plus 5,000 power, +1 critical. So it's basically doing what Asha does, but getting you 2 and calling them for Bloom. I like I said, I have a Neo Nectar deck, but mine's not nearly as complicated. I don't run Neo Nectar competitively. It's kind of like one of those like decks I run for fun for like the lore reason, because I love Asha's lore. And I'm very unfortunate that I can't build a deck, but whatever. I don't know why this card's $60. Please tell me in the description down below if you know, if you're a Neo Nectar player. Like, I want to know more about this. But let me just quickly read it for myself again, just for one quick moment. Okay, so literally just. Alright, so the goal is you have 1 card, use Asha's skill, get the extra card from your deck, call it Blue, and then this card activates. So basically, as long as you have the 4 copies in the deck, you're generating a 4-point Bloom. That's actually really nice. I take it back because it's calling 2 at the same time, so this can be it doubles that, right? I can't remember how, like, I don't remember how math works. And the give all the rear guards in the front row plus. I mean. Whatever, like that's cool and all. Yasue does that, but he has to not hit, so it's not pressure. It's like there's more pressure, right? But this card, the art looks amazing at the very least. I don't know how many I would run in this. Like probably 1 to 2. I don't understand why it's $60. It's not even like waifu card, which is definitely good though. She just gives you free advantage, free blooms, and that's always a nice thing to have. You're not running this Musketeers, you're running this in Asha, and so I think the basic get at least the 4 bloom activated, and then whatever multiplying it by, I don't know, I don't deal with the math. That's actually not bad, and giving anything +1 more pressure with crits has always been a good thing in this game. So yeah, this is a good card. I will need more knowledge and probably more playtime with Neo Nectar before I can really say how good of a card this is. But for right now, it looks like a pretty nice card. That brings to the end with the generation rares. So now it's time to go into the triple rares with my least favorite. Wakamizu's a bitch. Uh, Intimidating Mutant King, Darkface, Alcides. Here's his card flavor. I know I didn't read them, but I'm gonna read them to you now. I'll read this one at least. I'm the strongest warrior in her name of Her Majesty. Yet no, I'm sorry, but pussy wet boys do not. No, just get out. Whatever. Darkface is a deck. Let's read its effect. Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, Auto. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Rearguard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a column, rest all your opponent's rearguards in that column, and they cannot stand during your opponent's next stand phase. I'll continue reading the effect, then I'll read you my opinion. Continues, Vanguard Rearguard Circle, Generation Break 2, Dark Device. During the battle that this unit attacks a Vanguard, this unit gets power plus 10,000, and your opponent cannot intercept. So here's my problem with this card. Sorry about that, my dog just ran in. My problem with this card is only because I play Overlord. Why isn't this effect both on the beginning of ride phase and also when you ride it? Like, why did you feel the reason to neglect this? I mean, it's what Mega Colony is known for, just stopping columns, and stopping a column isn't that bad. Like, you're doing it on average anyways for like less of a cost. So why the heck do you feel the need to only do it when we write it on Vanguard Circle? Oh, and Rearguard Circle, which is nice, but you're probably gonna be saving this for Strides and or Ultimate Strides if you're running this deck. Like, I can't remember. I don't remember much of Darkface's last ability, but this one, I mean, it's nice. I mean, he puts a Dark Device and gives himself 10k. Making them have to drop another 5k in shield is always nice without having to use a boost. That's always nice, and making sure they can't intercept with it, it's even nicer. Honestly, I don't know how Ghidorah runs or how this deck runs, but probably gonna run this. If you were to run normal Darkface deck, run this at 4, run the other one at 4. I'm not sure which would be the better ride target. I couldn't tell you that. I don't play the deck, and I'm not sure how many copies people run in a Ghidorah deck. But my guess would be, because I watched a profile, but I remember much from it. I remember that freaking Overwhelm was a bunch of copies though. But I'd probably run this at 2, like 4 Ghidorah, 2 of this, 2 of the old Darkface, because honestly I'd rather have consistent consistent paralyzed than have it when he comes on the field. Like, I don't appreciate that. There's really, like, they should have given the Overlord effect. It would have been like 20 times better. But whatever. Darkface is a little bitch, so it don't matter. Okay, here we go. Freaking Spider Waifu time. Evil Governor, Darkface, Ghidorah. Auto, Vanguard Circle. Counter Blast, once per turn. Counter Blast 1, when you place on Vanguard, when you Genius Strides, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a column, and your opponent cannot call cards to that Rearguard Circle. Cannot call cards to the Rearguard Circle in that column during the next turn. Auto Vanguard Circle, Generation Break 1, Soul Blast 1. At the beginning of your ride phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, your opponent chooses a card face up from his damage zone and turns it face down, and you counter charge 1. This is my worst nightmare. Not only do they get to counter charge 1, you get to counter charge 1. If you're running this deck, you get to counter charge 1. You also suck away their counter blast, and you stop them from calling stuff. So go Paladins, get beamed. Like, this is gross. This is gross for freaking Alt Mile, Blaster Blade, any Paladin deck just hates this. The fact that you just counter blast 1, you can't call stuff. You can't call stuff in this column. You have to keep what you have. I mean, granted, you're not stunning them, so they can still attack you next turn. But you limit their plays, which means if they want to get the Unite off, they're gonna have to kill something else off, and they want to get that Unite, and that's annoying. And you suck away a counter block. This card is just good. Like, this card is like plus Overwhelm is the reason why freaking Mega Colonies makes such a comeback. Like, this card is just nice. It interrupts your opponent's flow with their rear guards, and you get +1. Well, I don't know if it counts as a +1, but you plus and they minus for a counter blast 1 and a Soul Blast 1. That's nice, and I appreciate this. Like, Ghidorah, like, welcome to the meta. Like, I know it can be a pain in the butt when I go to tournament next week, but like, I welcome a new change. I welcome this. I'm just glad it's not stunning stuff, so I don't have to worry about that with my Aqua Force. Run this. You run the if you're running Mega Colony, run this deck. Don't run just Dark Face by himself. No, just run Great Aura. It's the only way you're winning. And then I know there's gonna be people in the comments. Oh yeah, I can win with that. Shut the hell up. All right, time to go to Big Belly's evolution or new form. Auto Vanguard Rearguard. Oh wait, Amazing Professor Big Belly. Auto Vanguard Rearguard Circle. Success 20,000. Auto Vanguard Circle once per turn. When this unit is placed on Vanguard or when your junior stride, choose up to one card from hand, call it the Rearguard Circle, and it gains 4,000 power until end of turn. If you call a card at the end of the turn, draw a card and retire that Rearguard. Auto Vanguard Rearguard Circle once per turn. Generation Break 1. Count +1. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if this unit is successful, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your other Rearguards stand and gains plus 4,000 power till end of turn. So it's a Crayola. It's basically that Crayon Tiger minus the kill effect, and when you stride, you can call something, and if you do, give that thing 4,000 power, and basically do what Big Belly's been doing with the Counter Blast. But this time, it's for free, and you get to draw at the end of the turn. It's cool. It's cool. Success 20,000. That's not bad. It's easy. It's pretty easy to get with Great Nature. I don't like the fact that you have to, in order to get that second effect off, you have to call something. It's not like freaking Chrono Dragon G where you can call something, but you don't have to, and you still pop out the effect. This one says you have to call a card from hand, which you don't get back until the end of turn. It's like if it was like with Zoa, like where you draw it and then can call it, then I understand why this effect would be so much better. But the fact that you have to mind yourself and just to freaking neutral yourself at the end of turn is annoying, and it's a hindrance. I can't remember Big Belly's last skill, but I'm pretty sure if evolved right, Counter Blast 1, give something 4K, and turn and retire it, draw a card. That's all you needed. You just need to keep that effect, or like boost it up a bit, freaking Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, and then give it to 2 Rearguards or something. Maybe not give them the draw effect, but give them the kill at end of turn. Usually Coiling Duckbill or something. Like this stride effect isn't the greatest. Like I was expecting something different. I haven't played Big Belly. I've been playing Arusha, because I'm a hipster and I don't conform to freaking normie meta. No, I can't even do that. But that's pretty lackluster to me. Like just reading it bare bones. I haven't played it, so I don't know how it's gonna go. I do like how he does the Crayon Tiger though. Sure, you don't kill him at end of turn, but it's still a pretty nice combos that you can get. Resending anything and giving it 4K for another attack, because it's probably gonna have another 4K. Because if you play the deck well, you're gonna have like one card that's like super beefed up. Giving that thing the ability to restand, that's nice, and I appreciate that. But it has to be Vanguard Rearguard Circle, and that requires him being on the rearguard, and that means one less card using to stride with. Now, this is just my own personal preference, but I like keeping my Great Thieves in hand. Like even if I could call and potentially push, I will keep it in hand just for the tiny chance I can still use it to stride next turn. Because I feel more consistent and better with the card in hand that I can use to stride with, instead of like freaking using Chrono Logic. Then we just draw into a stride fodder and then boom, because that's just kind of player I am. But whatever. We're moving on to the next. Oh, look at that. Looks like Crayon Tiger, but with the paintbrush. Artist Ocelot. I like the names. I really like the design and like the names of Great Nature, but that's besides the point. What was it? Auto Vanguard Rearguard Circle. Once per turn, when unit attacks, use up to one of your other rearguards and gains 4,000 power till end of turn. At the end of turn, retire that unit. That's nice. Just gives once per turn, gives something dope them up. That's nice. Auto Rearguard Circle once per turn. Generation Break 1. Count +1. If you have a Vanguard with Big Belly in the same, just one of your other rearguards, it gains 4,000 power until end of turn. And at the end of turn, draw a card, retire that unit. So it's nice. It's nice. It just gives you alright. So you dope something with a count +1 and is attacking. If you have Big Belly, which I'm assuming that's the deck you're gonna be running anyways, if you're gonna be running this card at all, you get to give something AK, dope them up twice, and then be able to draw a card at the end of turn. Now, counting the other skills that you're being using, where you also get to draw more cards, and also pump them up even more. This card is nice. This card is very nice. I still probably think Crayon Tiger is better because you can restand, give it more power, more attacks. Just nice. Poking is very prevalent in this meta, but this card is definitely not bad. And honestly, for a rear guard circle, like this is a pretty. If we had to have a triple rare grade 2 for a great nature, I'm kind of glad it's this one. This is about on par with what I would expect from a triple rare grade 2 rear guard that just dopes something up, twice, draw a card, draw extra cards, Cloning Duck build, like this is just nice. This is a nice card. I probably run that at 4. Probably run 4. Well, I don't know. Actually, no, I'm not gonna comment on what my deck would be because I don't know what my deck would be. I don't run Big Belly. Let's go to the next one. My queen. She's not my queen, but I love her. Ranunculus of Phantasmic Blue Asha. Card flavor, just because I want to read it. You gave me the assuring strength to pursue my dreams. I'll get to that when after I'm done giving you the fact. She's triple rare. Out of Vanguard Circle at the beginning of your right phase, choose up to 1 card each from your other than Vanguard Circle in your drop zone. Put them to the bottom of your deck in any order. If you put 2 cards, draw a card and choose up to 1 card from your hand and call it to Rearguard Circle. +1. When you're doing a stride, you may pay the cost. If you do search your deck for up to 1 normal unit with the Bloom ability, call it to Rearguard Circle. Shuffle your deck, and if the number of rearguards in the same card name as that unit is 2 or more, counter charge 1, soul charge 1. So you +1, get something. You get free bloom, and if you already had 2, and if you already had 2 cards in the field, counter charge 1, soul charge 1. So you're technically gaining a soul charge. Well, with like an optimal field, you're getting a soul charge, and she has that nifty ability where you can put stuff back and then draw from it. I like this. I really like this. I mean, sure, it's not calling stuff like Searing Heart, but you're running Searing Heart anyways. So, like, I'm really glad. I really like this Asha. This is probably my favorite Asha, both from a design and from card checks, because a lot of the issues I had with freaking Neo Nectar is like, what happens when all my stuff is in, like, it's just dead. I can't put it back into like my main phase, so I have to waste a turn. It says, no, don't worry, I got you. And then freaking gives me advantage. I like this. This is a very, very potent card. This is what I wanted to see more of. Just freaking, if we're gonna have like these new like know how we have freaking Chronojet I forgot what we called those cards, but like the stride cards, the cards that we use at grade 3 for striding. I'm glad this. I want more decks I want more cards like this where it takes the inherent issues that we have with the deck from just like an outside standpoint, like seeing it like, oh, I can see. I don't even have to play the deck, but I can understand this is an issue in the deck from like just a fundamental standpoint, and takes that and says, let me fix it. I'll give you advantage for it. Let me fix the problems my deck has, and provide you with extra benefits for playing this deck well, and that's all I could ask. That's all I could ask. This I love Asha. I love her lore. I love the card. Running this at 4. I would, if I had the money for it, I would probably be running this. But fortunately, I'm a broke boy, so I probably won't be picking this card for quite a bit of time. But definitely would recommend making a deck around her. Kera. I love how they're bringing back these old units, except for Levero and Felix, because I replaced those with Galatine and Marin. Let's go, OG Royal Paladin boys. But anyways, let's get to the card. Collective Blooming Maiden Kera. If you have Vanguard with Ranunculus in its name, in its card name, or the Bloom ability, that's nice. Oh, sorry. I just should read the fact, my bad. This unit gains power plus 1,000 and resist. Contains Rearguard Circle resist. Bloom auto rearguard circle. Once per turn, generation break 1. When your other unit in the same card name is placed on the rearguard circle until end of turn, this unit gains 10,000 power and boost. So they're dropping another 5k in shield at the bare minimum, bare minimum, and it gains resist. It sucks as once per turn, but this is a damn good card. I don't care what you say. Freaking. You understand how nice it is to be able to freaking make a person drop 15k shield from a front row and back row? sure it's only once per turn, but you're probably not like it'd be pulling off a bunch of blooms for like more than like 2 turns anyways. It's fine, because then you just like do it one at a time. Like, oh, I got 1 Kara, bloom it. 2 Karas, bloom them. 3 Karas, bloom them. 4 Karas, boom. I got a full field now, and you're gonna have to freaking drop 15k shield for every single one of them. And then my Vanguard attack, which I'm gonna sack you with. I like Kara. I like her art. I really appreciate them freaking making these cards that. And she's 10. Oh, she's not 10k anymore. She's 9k. But it doesn't matter. She's good. Run her now. She's maybe triple rare, but damn it, she's worth it. I love her. I love the card. I'm sorry. I'm a Neonectar fanboy. I don't know why. Machinings. Ew. I'm so mean to this freaking clan. Oppression, Mutant Deity, Machining Despo. I can't talk right now. Act. Oh, we're in the double rares now, huh? Or this is a double rare, just so you know. Act a Vanguard Circle once per turn. Count +1. Choose a card face down from G zone and turn face up. If you have a heart card with machining in its card name, choose the same number of your units as the number of face up cards in your G zone with machining the card names, and stand them. Your opponent chooses 2 of his or her rest units for each stand, and they cannot stand during their opponent's next stand phase. Wait. Huh? She's the same. But wait. I am very confused. Cause like, why the heck would you need to stand them? Unless you're activating skills. Are they known for resting? I don't play machinings, so y'all gonna have to. I can't really comment on this. I mean, the fact that restanding things is always nice, and the fact that we can it shuts down your opponent from standing. It's also really nice. But I don't know what you're doing that requires them not already being stood up and machining, unless I'm reading the card wrong. Your hard card with the machining card, choose. Yeah, stand them. I don't get this card. You guys are gonna have to explain it to me. Maybe. No, I'm not gonna read the comments. You guys can read the comments if you're really concerned, because I'll be leaving. Like I said, I'll be leaving the description for the card of Farfight Wikia. We can check out the rest of the cards. But I don't really know how to talk about this one. I don't play machinings, so I don't know how well is it gonna work. But more machinings means more pain for me. Machining beat Atlas. Okay. This is their grade 3. Auto Vanguard Circle. Count +1. When you unit with machining and its original card name strides, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 2 grade 1 or greater cards from your soul with the machining card names and call them separate rearguard circle as rest. Well, I just answered my question in the next one, so I'm not gonna whatever. At auto Vanguard Circle Generation Break 2, at the end of your turn, choose up to 2 cards in total with machining in the card names from your rearguard circle and hand, and put them into your soul. If you put 1 or more cards, draw a card. If 2 cards were put there, countercharge 1. So that's nice. So when you hit GB2, you basically pull kind of like a Night Rose, where you just gain advantage and you get to freaking set up your plays for next turn, just for playing the deck right. I'm not sure if this is gonna like put machining on the map. I mean, they do got a lot of options. Like overall, it's like it can be running anything, and the fact that this makes Dark Device even easier, because Great Aura didn't rest anything, but the new Dark Face did. But that's implying you have to run that new Dark Face. But whatever. This actually isn't that bad. Like, it's not bad. It's pretty good actually. Freaking, because now it gives you a purpose for that freaking the Despo. Makes me understand. But you basically, that's like a 1-2 combo. So they don't stand anything. I think it was like your opponent chooses 2 for every one you stand up. So with this one, not counting other effects, you're making so 4 of them can't do it. I like how I just read the text, and I can't remember what the effect was, but this isn't bad. This is actually, it stops a lot of plays and it freaking refuels itself, and that's always nice. For a double rare, I could see this as being like a little fun deck you'd run with your friends. I'm not sure how good machines will be, but this is a neat card. This is a very neat card. Here we go. Mega Colony got a new freaking P-Guard. Adherence Mutant Black Weevil. Weevil from Yu-Gi-Oh! My dude. Clean insect. And I hit him with that. Draw Monster Cardo. We're playing Vanguard. They're all monster cards. Exactly. Choose a card from hand and discard it. When this unit is placed on a rear end circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your units with Dark Face in its card name, and it cannot be hit till end of battle. So normal P-Guard stuff. Let's see what's special about it. Act Drop Zone. Alright, we already know. Choose 2 Adherence Mutant Black Weevil from your drop zone. Bind them face up. Draw a card and countercharge 1 or soul charge 1. So basically, it did what the heal trick has been doing, but with perfect guards. I thought it was gonna be one thing that was gonna, like, recycle itself, because you don't have to worry about countercharging or anything like that, because freaking you got great aura. And so I guess the one thing you really would do soul charge. I don't understand why you just, like, it's an option. It gives you the option of countercharging just in case you don't have enough of them. I'm not sure what other ones you would run. Mine's the one that you the unflipper, but you unflip naturally from great aura skill. So I guess it's just this perfect guard's meh. It's technically an upgrade. I mean, it gives it a purpose once it hits the drop. Not sure people are running it or not, but hey, it's there. It's an option. Definitely disappointing when it comes like TN and stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna read out the card, and this is just like a generic new heal thing. And I'll read out the effect once. So whenever those cards pop up for Neo Nectar and Great Nature, I'll tell you the card name and tell you that this is the new heal. But I won't go back and review it. So if you feel like you need to, go back to go to the link in the description below, or like write it down or do whatever you need to. So Machining Snowwing, very nice art. Auto, bind this card face up and choose another card heal from your drop zone and bind it face up. When this card is discarded from hand for the cost of calling a G Guardian, you may pay the cost. If you do, countercharge 1 or soul charge 1. This has been a thing that we've been having for all new decks. It's probably just being a consistent new thing. But it's new heal. It's for machinings. It doesn't really matter because you're not really restricted by in any other deck if it has a machining name. So whatever. Super Honorary Professor Mule Cat Noir. So Cat Noir got a new evolution. Let's go. Auto Vanguard Circle Generation Break 2. Count plus 1 to the and choose 2 cards from your hand and discard them. Okay. Then in the battle this unit attack, you have a hard card with Honorary Professor and its card name. Maybe take cost. If you do, put this unit into your G zone, face up, choose choose up to 1 grade 3 card with Honorary Professor and its card name from your hand and write it as stand. If you wrote a card, choose all your rear guards and they get power plus 4,000 until end of turn, and at the end of turn, recharge them. So basically, you have this attack. You take the cards you use from Stride, discard them, break ride using Cat Noir, and give everything on your board plus 4k and kill at the end of turn, which pops Duck Bill or any other skills that allow you to draw cards. This is nice. This is a nice card. Freaking giving me options to break ride for Count Blast and discarding card, and it's technically restanding itself like Chrono Jet, and it gives it thing power. It's basically next stage with a break ride. It's to prove that next stage can fit into literally any clan and makes freaking me feel terrible as a Gear Chronicle player. Thanks a lot, Bushiroad. Alright, my mouse died. That's just fantastic. So, this is a nice card. I like Cat Noir. I like his design. This is a nice card for Cat Noir as a deck. Give itself essentially a countless one for a break ride and restand stuff. Restand the Vanguard, give it thing power, and do your thing. It's nice. Honorary Professor, Cheveret. Or whatever. This is a new unit that's probably going to be the backup for the Cat Noir. So auto, choose 1 or more cards with the sum of their grades being 3 or greater from your hand to discard them. When students place on Vanguard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 cards with Honorary Professor with different card names. and the different card names, put them to your hand, shuffle your deck. Countless 1. When you're Genie with Honorary Professor in its original card name Stride, you may pay the cost. If you do, put your deck up for one grade 3 card, put it onto your Vanguard circle as Heart, shuffle your deck, and if you put a card, return this card to hand. So basically, it just gets you itself for Stride Fodder and Cat Noir to break right with itself. Why didn't you just give us a new Cat Noir that did something more? Like, I get it, having Cat Noir there as the Heart is like the main purpose of the new Stride, but honestly, 2 skills to just ensure that you have Cat Noir seems a bit excessive. I would have liked the Stride ability to keep the same and give it a new ability, like something that boosts up, like something on rear circle that like give things more power, draw more cards. Like, I'd appreciate that a lot more than just having 2 ways to search for a card. Like, it's alright. I'm not sure if you're probably gonna run just because you need an Honorary Professor in the Heart and you do want to break right into Cat Noir, but this guy isn't doing Jack Diddley Scott if you break right into him. That's very unfortunate. Alright, here we go. Revisionist. Alright, new P-Guard for Great Nature. Revision Scientist Deli Belly. I love these names. Normal stuff. Normal P-Guard stuff. Discard a card. If you do, choose one of your units cannot be hit till the end of the battle. It's not restricted to Dark Face, unlike the other one, which is really nice. Auto Generation Break 1, Soul Blast 1. This unit's retire from Vanguard or Rearguard, not Vanguard, from Rearguard or Guardian Circle. If you have Vanguard with Big Belly in this card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw up to 1 card and countercharge 1. So you don't have to draw, so you don't have to worry about decking out, but do you get a countercharge and a draw for a Soul Blast after using it for either sacking it off for skills or using it as a P-Guard. This is just nice. This is just a nice G-Guard. Like, why the heck couldn't the freaking Great Nature one be, not Great Nature, the freaking Mega Connie one be like this? Like, this is significantly better. It pluses you, it gives you a +1 and countercharges something, which allows you to do more stuff. This is just a good P-Guard. This is just a good P-Guard. Like, run on flips if you feel you need to, but you don't even have to. Because this one doesn't even require for another one to be in drop. This one just does it for freaking a Soul Blast. I know Soul Blasts probably aren't even that happy. Just run Castanet Dock. This card is just good. Run set 4. Like, don't be bad. If you're in Big Belly. Okay, alright, here we go. Here's one of the ones I was talking about. Automatism Koala. Normal special normal new heal skill, which is the countercharge 1 or soul charge 1 for binding. And oh yay, Musketeers, cause guess who's gonna be playing that now? Cause they can't play Asha. Oof. Maiden Lily of Musketeer Captain. Maiden Lily Musketeer Captain. I don't know why I added the of. Virginal Cecilia. Count +1. Choose a card face down from your G zone with the same card name as this unit. Turn face up. Choose up to 5 rear guards and retire them. Look at the top 7 cards of the deck. Call up to the same number of cards of Musketeer in the card name from among them. Separate rear guard circle as their retired units, and they get power plus 3,000 till end of turn for each face up Musketeer and its face up card with Musketeer and its card name in your G zone. Shuffle your deck. So kill your board. Bring back your board. Give it power to kill. For a counterblast. That's nice. That's nice. It does what Musketeer does. Gives power. It's a good Musketeer card. I don't know what to tell you besides run it. Run it. If you were playing Musketeers, I don't even have to tell you this. I don't have to tell you this. Just run this card. You know it's good. It's good. Getting to the end of this. Ooh, new Musketeer. Latana Musketeer Rosetta. Is that a man or a woman? I can't tell. No lord, so I can't check. When you're Genie with Musketeer and its original card name, Stride, you look at the top 4 cards of the deck. Top cards from the top of your deck. Call up to one card with Musketeer and its card name from among them to rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. Continuous Vanguard Circle, Generation Break 1. You may pay count +1. Choose 2 normals with 2 normal units with Musketeer. And your card names from drop zone and put them to the bottom of your deck in any order. has cost for stride as the cost for stride with Musketeer of Eugene with Musketeer in the card name. So with this, you can call. You don't have to. You basically Cecilia gets repaid for. So like you kill something that you may not necessarily want to kill off, you can put it back in your deck and then shuffle it using Cecilia's skill, bring it back later. This is nice. I don't know enough about Musketeers to know what the ratio would be for this. I know we had Mia Rita, and I think she's still pretty good. I don't know, so all of my copies, but I like this. I like this. Makes Cecilia, it works better, and makes you run Cecilia without having to run Cecilia. If you know what I mean. And then here we go. P guard for Neo Nectar, and then all we have left is the new heal. So we're almost done with this, guys. Auto, choose a card from your hand and discard it. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, so your units with your Noctis and its card name, and it cannot be hit till the end of that battle. Bloom! Auto, drop zone. Bind this card face up. When your unit with the same card name is placed on, as this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a card with the Bloom ability from drop zone, put it to your hand. So basically what you do is, when you use it to guard another attack, bind it up +1. It's not bad. Requires you to have, it only can block Ranunculuses, which is kind of unfortunate, which means you're only protecting really your Vanguard. But hey, it's a perfect card that gives you a plus, just for free. Not as good as the other one, not nearly as good as the new Great Nature one. That one just so nice. But it's not bad. I could see why you would run it. You'd have to pretty much run it for its effect, unfortunately. I'm not sure if I run the unflips, because I can't remember. Like, my Ultras deck has never run into countless issues, but not sure if you guys like top tier players who play this like religiously, like Gavin from Nexus Core. Not sure if how you guys feel about this kind of stuff. I think it's a fine, perfect card. Not the greatest, not the worst. Definitely better than the new Mega Colony one we got. Like, the hell was the point of that one? But it's alright. The last one is Anthurium Musketeer Nicola. It's a new heal effect. So bind it, draw counter charge or soul charge. That's it. But that was it. That's it for all the triple ZRs to double rares in the set. Now I don't know about the rest of the cards. I haven't checked into them yet, unfortunately. If you guys want me to talk about it, tell me in the comments down below, and I'll go talk about them. Do a separate video on this. I'm very tired, and I honestly am not even sure if it's gonna be uploaded by the end of the night at this point. But basing off the set, a lot of decks got pretty frightening. Like, I feel like I think we all agreed that Great Nature pretty much got the shaft. Like the three, like Asha, Musketeers got something nice. They got a little something extra. Musketeers not as much, but Asha got a new unit that she can use to gain +1s and probably get her somewhat relevant back in the meta, like more relevant in the meta. And I appreciate that because I run the deck. Great Nature didn't really get that much. That Big Belly wasn't the greatest. Their Generation Rare isn't their greatest. Their Perfect Guard, that was nice. And their new Grade 2 is also nice, but only for Big Belly. And Cat Noir's always been, it's probably not gonna ever come into the meta. But Cat Noir got something. It was a nice something, minus the new Grade 3, which is kind of debatable if you think it's good. I think it's a meh card. But no, this has been a pretty good set for both Great Nature, not Great Nature. God, these names are messing me up because I think Great Nature, I think Outdoors, I think Plants. But Neo Nectar and Mega Colony both got really good support. Mega Colony now became a tier 1, or is it tier 1 or tier 0? I can't remember what people described it as. But Asha's becoming more relevant. And it's honestly just a very nice set. If you play in the decks here, you're going to have something to enjoy. And I definitely recommend you picking up some boxes, because everything's pretty expensive. Like, the new Generation Rare for Neo Nectar, $60. Ghidorah's like $18 a piece. Overwhelmed is like $75 a piece. Like, you can make some pretty nice bank if by opening boxes and getting lucky in this set. But that's it for this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. I'll have a link to the Vanguard YouTube channel, the wiki link, and a link to my blog where you can check out where I not only do more stuff like this, I also talk about the new episodes, which I'll probably just end up making videos for like the stuff I'm missing over the week, because this is significantly faster than typing it all up. But you get to check out my opinions on new cards, new spoilers, and all that stuff. It's gonna be really great. I hope you guys really enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.